was surprised to learn that Facebook recently flagged a news article that I posted on my Facebook pages as quote-unquote false information. The article I posted was about new Durham investigation allegations against Hillary Clinton's campaign and its associates. The article clearly cited a federal court filing and a former congressional investigator with a deep understanding of the Democrats' work to concoct the bogus Russia collusion narrative that divided our nation for years. This wouldn't be an issue today if more journalists did their job of being the police of our society and governmental system and reported on all investigations, not just ones that appeal to certain political parties. What kind of a message does this censorship send to a reporter who does take on the new allegations against the Clinton campaign and its associates, and then it is labeled disinformation? I don't think that's going to encourage more journalists to cover this issue. It's truly mind-blowing that these companies continue to interfere in free expression. Big tech is silencing everyone they disagree with, and clearly they see no check to their power. The article I cited to in my post was on foxnews.com, a mainstream news organization. Why does Facebook and one of its third-party fact-checkers, partners they are, get to make the decision that this news article is considered false information? That decision should be made by the American people, who should be able to view that content and decide that fact for themselves. It shouldn't be decided by our big tech overlords who seem to only find fault with content that is conservative or goes against the liberal narrative. These are the same outlets that allowed information relating to the Steele dossier to run wild and very free, yet censored Hunter Biden's news articles during the 2020 election. Now they're doing the bidding for the Clinton camp. Why are they so afraid of reporting that exposes the Russia collusion hoax? Silencing or chilling free speech and the back and forth discussions of ideas is entirely wrong. Increasingly, we see the tag quote-unquote misinformation or quote-unquote disinformation given to content that the liberal mainstream media simply disagrees with or goes against their chosen narrative. Finding and seeking the truth should not be about silencing voices, but allowing robust discourse. It's time that we examine the Section 230 immunity that has enabled these companies to avoid any liability. We must stop these companies from arbitrarily deciding what speech is acceptable for this free country we live in. It has become increasingly clear that these dominant platforms controlling discussion and dialogue are more beholden to cancel culture and not to the fundamentals of free speech principles that this country was founded upon. These big tech companies have few competitors and are immune from liability. These companies are unaccountable to their customers, the courts, and the government. If not for their monopoly power and Section 230 immunity, these companies might not be involved in the actions and censorship that we see today. As a United States Senator and someone who has been vocally outspoken about my concerns with censorship on online platforms, I'll continue to do everything in my power to prevent the censorship of speech and ideas on behalf of my constituents in Iowa and, of course, on all Americans. Simply put, we deserve better than woke monopolists and their liberal lapdogs deciding what we can discuss. I yield the floor.